Here are the 10 blunders on starting an online business. Let's get right into it. First of all, is having a problematic personal life. If you're partying, if you have a girlfriend, if you are moving from place to place all the time, if you are getting into fights, if you're like creating problems with your family, if you're having friends that you're upset with, if you're using stimulants, weed, smoking, alcohol, like all of those things, you're just creating problems for yourself. And the more problems you have, the less problems you can solve. The more problems you have, the less problems you can solve. So the first thing that you need to do is to solve your own problems and get out of those problems as fast as possible. I call it problem solving instead of problem stacking. Most people are problem stacking, and as a result, they can never actually get the freedom that they desire. You know, with freedom, both from time perspective and money perspective, you can do a lot of wonderful things. Like, I'm not rich, okay? I get it, all right? And a lot of people are like, oh man, he's not rich. He's like just a normal screen background, blah, blah. Bro, I've had my freedom for freaking 8 years, okay? Like, I don't think people understand the value of actually owning your own time. Like, time is more precious than money. Now, obviously, it's awesome if you can have both, but I chose and I prioritized getting time. And that has just created so much, peace and joy and happiness to my life and to my family's life that I could actually be there for them. Personally, I would have loved to have both. But, we're building that right now, so, we're happy. So, but understand that you should be problem solving as fast as possible so that you can get your freedom as fast as possible. So number 2, not having and keeping a job. Okay, some people don't agree with my 3-job philosophy. I personally think 2 or 3 jobs should be great in the beginning, just to stack some cash and having a nice little emergency fund, of like 3 months of your personal expenses. And understanding how time management and energy management works so that you can handle an 80-hour work week schedule when you have a business, I think that's great. But if you could just manage to keep a job, just one job, at least have a full-time income that you manage to get and keep for the entirety of your online money-making journey. A lot of guys that I've interacted with, coached, trained, etc., they keep a job for 2 weeks or for a few days, and then they either quit, most of the time that's what happens, or they get fired. Like, most companies don't want to fire people no matter how difficult you are. So you're the one that actually is just giving up the vast majority of the time if you're not able to keep a job. Keep a job, because if you don't, then you're going to continuously be searching for jobs and you're not going to be able to progress in your online income. Third is not starting at all. Most people want to get their freedom, want to make money, want to have a business, but they just never get started. And as a result, they never build one. So at some point, you gotta just start, because it's from failure that you actually, figure out what doesn't work so that you can figure out what does work. And you need to fail forward faster. Number 4, losing money trading, okay? Trading is one of the most difficult skills to develop online. It is also the most, the most, devious, okay, of skills, because it tricks you into believing that it's easy because, 1/3 of the time or 20% of the time, or a lot of the time, if you're trying to scalp and day trade in the beginning, you're going to make a little bit of money. And so you can see that you're making money, and so you're like, oh, okay, this could be good. And then you massively lose, and then massively lose again. Now, if you don't have a job, or even if you do have a job, trading is just unwise in the beginning of your career unless you know for a fact that this is going to be my life. For the rest of my life, I'm going to be a trader. Okay, very few people are the right person to actually do that. And this is why, full-time traders that actually understand the game and have been in the industry for 10 plus years, they tell the advice to people, what should you do in terms of investing and trading? don't start that, they say. They say instead invest in index funds and you'll be good. Okay, just do that. Because they know that they're the ones that are stealing your money continuously. All the time. It's the people that come into the industry and then quit within 3 months or 6 months or whatever. And you just keep giving away your money for no reason. So don't start there unless you know for a fact that this is your career. You're never going to quit trading, and that's what you're going to do for the rest of your life, and you're going to learn the game. Now, once you do learn the game, you can print money, okay? And you'll be feeling like you're taking candy for kids very often, But it takes a long time to get there, and I do not recommend trading with other people's money. Okay, trade with your own money. Actually, in the very beginning, demo trade. But honestly, 98% of you guys actually watching this video should not be trading at all. That's just a fact. And yeah, I know from personal experience, just don't trade. If that's your first online income thing, whatever, don't do that. And the next thing, wanting to make money without skills. Okay, it's kind of goes in line with the last one that I just explained. Okay. Don't try to scam people, okay? When you're trying to make money online, you're trying to sell something, and then you're trying to sell something, and you're trying to sell something. Very often, people are trying to scam people. I'm like, who is this person on the other side actually making me, trying to make me believe that this AI robot voice that he just sent me, oh, my name is Patrick Bet David, and I want to talk to you directly on Telegram so you can send me money. Like, what are you taking me for? What? It's ridiculous that people are still in 2024 trying to scam people when there's so many different ways of making money. You don't need to scam people. Just get good at something that is valuable in the marketplace and then create win-win situations. There's so many different ways of making money. Why are you trying to scam people? Some people actually try to do that, and I just feel sad for them. I feel pity for them. And don't fall into their traps if if you'll know what I'm talking about eventually if you're sending money to random people online, right? That don't have a track record and you don't know them, right? Get to know people first before you send the money. It would be wise, and preferably jump on a call with them because then you can see them, right? That's what I always do. So people actually understand who I am and what I do. So next, not choosing the right industry. This is an important one, and it's a tricky one because how do you know which industry you're supposed to do when you're just starting out? Shouldn't you be trying a lot of things and then that will teach you what to do? The problem with trying a lot of things is that you don't try them long enough, which means you get into the habit of quitting fast because you're like, oh no, that's not for me. Oh no, that's not for me. And then, oh no, that's not for me. How long are you going to do that for? Some people do this for years. Years. Now, if they had just chosen one industry and then stuck to it, they probably would have started making money within a year, 6 months, 18 months, whatever. And then they'd be free within 2 or 3 years, but instead, at year 5, they're still struggling. That's probably not what should have been, happening. So you need to know thyself, right? Like Socrates says, you want to understand your psychology, who you are, what your likes and dislikes are, and you also need to do proper research of how do the people that are in this industry live their lives when they actually make it, and how fast can you actually make money there? What is the market demand? Do some proper research before you jump into it and spend, it's okay to spend a week, okay? But don't spend 6 months trying to do something that you might quit in the future. Once you choose something, you stick with it. So be careful. It's kind of like you get married to an industry for a period of time, okay? serial monogamy of industries that you're doing here, of like, committing to one thing. Just understand that you need to stick in there for 2 or 3 years before you can make some real money, and then you can change industries, but because then you'll have developed some skills. So understand that point, and I'll explain at the end of the video what one thing you could do that would actually help you save all of that time of wastes that is normal that people do. Next one is refusing to work for free. Man, the fastest way to get paid is to work for free. The fastest way to get a paid client is to have a non-paying client. Understand this principle, because this is how you develop massive amounts of skills. Okay? You develop skills fast when you're working on a specific skill set every single day and are completing a real world life project. If you are continuously just trying to sell your skill that you don't have skill in, trying to sell it, like you're not developing your skill, and you're not really learning how to sell either, because you're not producing value to the marketplace. Like, selling is giving people what they want and then eventually charging for it. But a lot of people are just trying to sell like whatever they've got, which is very often nothing. And there's like no wonder people don't want to pay you money, because you haven't mastered your craft yet. Get good at it. And the way to get good at it is by working for free. Next one is not sticking to an industry. All right, well, it's kind of like the same as not choosing the right industry, not sticking to an industry. Yeah, it's both kind of the same thing. And then another one is refusing to network. Okay, build a community around you. Do you have a community? Are you part of a free community or a paid community? The paid communities, obviously, they're going to be more organized. There's going to be more things that as a result, will help you transform your life quicker. And then you also have the free communities, and they work too, right? Or you have a paid community with the free trial, okay? That's what we've got in Untitled. You should try it out. It allows you to participate in other people's online income journey, which then makes it easier for you to succeed, because you're beginning to see what other people are doing and how they work and which ones are succeeding, which ones are not, and how much they're making, etc. Because you're talking to people. You're talking back and forth to people. That helps. It helps a lot. And so the last thing that I wanted to mention, it's a total of 10 things now, in combination, all of these together. The last one is a massive blunder, and it's refusing to get a coach. Get a coach, someone who has massive experience. Okay, we're talking 5+ years of online income experience, so that they can help you to do all of these that I just mentioned. I'll go through them real quick again for you to understand how much faster you can build your online income and your freedom and your life if you have a coach that has experience in these specific things. Problem solving your personal life so that you can get rid of those instead of problem stacking. Not having and keeping a job. Having someone that holds you accountable to stick with it. Stick with the job. Don't quit. Don't quit. Oh, it's difficult. It's hard. Keep going. Okay? Someone who is encouraging you on a daily basis to do that, how priceless is that? Because you won't quit, and then as a result, you save time, because now you don't have to go out there and look for another job. Not starting at all. If you have a coach, he's going to hold you accountable to starting. Losing money trading and quitting. Well, a coach will actually encourage you to start demo trading if you absolutely want to be a trader. And then as a result, you won't lose money in the beginning. If you don't have a coach, you're going to willy-nilly put $100 there, $200 there, and boom, boom. Suddenly you've lost $2,000. And you're like, oh my gosh, what have I been doing? And then wanting to make money without skills, like he'll encourage you to develop skills and to work for free. Okay, those two are combined. And then helping you to understand who you are, helping you to understand which industry you should start, and helping you stick with that industry until you are making money so that you can get your freedom, quit your job, and then now you can choose what to do with your life. And then he will encourage you to continuously network and build a community online. A coach is priceless. And by chance, this is what I am. I'm a consistency coach. I help you to do all these things. If you want to understand what I do, you can have a chat with me, most probably. If it's still, November 2024, December 2024, maybe beyond that as well, I might be available for a free call. Okay? Isn't that amazing? Right now, use your opportunity. I'm gonna blow up, eventually. And you're not going to be able to talk to me anymore. You'll just have to talk to one of my coaches. This is your chance. And don't screw it over. Like, I've had a guy that's no-showed on me for 3 times. And I feel sad for him. Like, bro, at some point, he might not have a chance to meet me ever again. Right? Like on a video call, one-on-one like this. And he could have. Crazy. So anyway, that's what I wanted to share with you guys. Hope you get tons of information and tons of value out of this video. And DM me at Joseph.ONTRACC with CC at the end. We've changed the Men of High Value logo, so now it's Joseph.ONTRACC. I'll see you guys in the next one.